Good evening. This is Dee from H&D Abroad. I hope you can hear me and see me. If you are joining, just type in the chat. Um, I am Dee from H&D Abroad. I went back and forth if I would actually do a live today. I had something to say in spite of feeling a little under the weather. So I'm glad to have you join me today as I talk about friendship skills. So on Thursdays on our channel, I go live talking about my self care journey. Sometimes I invite sisters to join me. Sometimes I talk about my own journey, which is what we're going to do this on today. But our channel is all about our move abroad process and the big things and the small things that we're doing along the way, documenting our real time journey to leaving the US and choosing a place or some places to live that will enhance our financial goals as well as help us to lean deeper into living a healthier lifestyle. So, if that is something that is interesting to you and you want to invite the algorithm, not just the algorithm, but to get notified when we go live on this channel, usually I'm joined by my husband, which adds a nice twist to the conversation as well. Go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when we go live. So if you are joining, yes. I am dabbing at my eyes because it is allergy season and allergies are attacking, but we're not going to let it hold us back today because uh, a, a year ago I posted a video, no friends at 50, just disclosing my own journey to deciding, hey, I want my life to have color and vibrance. And yes, there are things that I can learn and do on my own, but I did a vision board as a part of my career break in 2022. And on that board, I put friends. And so the idea was that in that video that I will probably try to link here and in the description, really just laid out the journey of usually your friends are people who are your they're people that you are in your neighborhood or that happen to be in your class or in your same age group, or they had a similar interest, music or sports, and so that proximity, really brings you um, into contact, into fellowship, into connection with people, whether that's different genders or same gendered friendships. As you get older, a lot of what happens with friendship has to be intentional because we don't have a lot of connection points unless you put yourself out in that way. And those of us who kind of struggle with putting ourselves out there, um, because that's either not our personality or you've had a little bit of friendship trauma where things have gone poorly. I had a childhood friend that I thought we had a lot in common. We did a lot of things together, but I overheard a conversation that showed me that what I thought about her really wasn't the true version of the person that I had shared a lot of really confidential information about my thoughts and my dreams. And so when you have those kinds of experiences, and you struggle to make friends, it really causes you to hibernate that part of you. But I don't think for me that it ever went away. I think what happened is I needed the right environment where I could feel like it's safe to be myself. I do have something to contribute, but I also have a lot to learn that I want to learn. And so, communities, I guess it happened upon me. I don't think I went looking for friends. And let me tell you, when I talk about Exodus Summit, usually we're talking about how they're making a difference in, my travel planning or my, just for giving me a view and what is possible for people who look like me, who may have had us, excuse me, similar life experiences. Take a sip. And what has actually happened for me, hey, Kimmy. Hey, Edith. Thank you all so much for joining. I know this was a really late notice, but I really wanted to come on and talk about friendship today. So, I'm looking. I was looking for something, and I feel like um, being open and putting into the universe that this was a desire for me. I've shared that that was a part of what I put on my vision board, something that I look at often. I mean, I'm looking at it right now. This is also the desk that I work from, during the day because I have a remote job. Um, and it puts me in connection with that thought of how can I be friendly? How can I open myself to friendship? So I went looking as I was trying to decide if this was the topic that I was going to center for today's self care conversation and came upon Anna Runkle. Um, a video that she put together talking about friendship skills for people who didn't learn this at home. I've linked her video in the description for today's video, but she talks about the balance of having friends and learning or knowing how to be a friend. And there's a lot that goes into that. I mean, you know, those of us who have tumbled along the way with friendships may have had the opportunity to have someone that they've been friends with for decades. These are people who, they know what you look like, know what you liked, remember some of the funny things or some of the embarrassing things that happened to you, but they still champion you. Um, I know that a group of girlfriends that I grew up with when I lost my dad 4 years ago, we had been out of connection for many years, but they came alongside me and said, I understand. And it was one of the most pivotal things. They sent me a little card. There was a photo of us when we were probably in second, third, or fourth grade. Some of the pictures I can't tell how old we were, but it just reminded me of the craving to be to be in friendship, just to have people that, you're like, you know me, you get me. But what Anna Runkle talks about in her video is that when you don't have that modeled at home, when you don't have positive friendships or where friendships are in balance, where not only are you giving, 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 but you're also receiving. It's a cyclical relationship where there's an expectation to give and an expectation to receive that balance and transparency. Yeah, that can take some that can take getting used to. Thank you so much, Edith, for talking about that. Yeah, it hurts when a trusted friend turns their back on you. That's traumatic. I mean, she talks about, how it can be a trigger. Excuse me. How it can be a trigger to developing new friends is, kind of always being on the ready to kind of pull back and pull back into your shell. So, yes, our Exodus Summit Sisters are really. It's giving me the opportunity to meet a lot of people around a common topic, around people who are transforming, who are pivoting. That's another word that I've seen a lot of sisters in this community. A term that they are using is these are. I am no longer willing to be the person that I am without these additional things because the life that I'm living may be good, but it could be so much richer, so much better with friendships. So we are talking about how can we identify unhealed trauma in friendships, that trust, that safety, how to maybe begin with, hey, this is just a group of us that, kind of have some high level check-ins, but I have the intention on finding, one or two or a small group of us that I will begin where it's appropriate to share some of my more uh, the emotional part of myself that, I don't have to be the strong one with this smaller group of people, that I don't always have to feel like I've got the answer or that I'm the expert or, look at me doing all these fabulous things. Like they just want to know how my day is going. And I think as a part of, Black women and our self care, just having a buddy to check in. How are you doing? Um, and to be a friend. So I've had Yolanda on our channel. She's a couple of days just moved to her new place. And to be able to say, hey, sis, how is it going? How are you settling in? To know that that matters to her and that it matters to me to keep that connection going is so important. Something that, when you think you're just getting along in life, you're just, you're moving forward. You've got a spouse that's, concerned for you, your kids, maybe check in with you. A colleague might, say, hey, I noticed you were out a couple of days. But some of those options really, you know, my kids don't need to know all my struggles. And there are things there are parts of me that my work, my professional colleagues, I don't let them into my personal life because that doesn't serve me well. Hasn't served me well. They're that's kind of a line that I've drawn for myself. So just kind of sharing some of the benefits. So right now, Tracy Collins and Krishan Wright are on Krishan's channel, Blacks at Global. And um, Tracy and Krishan have been on our channel, but Tracy's sharing how she sold her business. Like a friend can really give you up close what is it like to do a thing, to do a new thing, and be willing to be transparent in that and be, to say, hey, when I'm thinking about, creating a circle, I'm thinking of you. And that is a beautiful thing. Um, and so I want to support that. I want my sisters to know that I celebrate them. I cheer them on. And I think if I wasn't giving space to self-care, if I wasn't trying to develop the skill of, being aware that in a friendship, other feelings matter. Other people are going through life and they want that connection. Hey, Tasha. Hey, Lo. Good to see you both in the chat. I want to say it matters. It matters that the skills that you're developing for awareness of others and how to show up for other people and giving space and time to that really can pay off. They've taught me that my story matters. So this channel would not exist without a sisterhood saying, girl, yes, as much as we want to hear about people that, have already moved abroad, they're already in a space. You all have seen our Exodus life and Olive be on our channel, and you were able to see their process of moving abroad. And now them sharing about that that people also want to know, hey, I mean, down in the trenches, it ain't easy. It's not easy. I- there are unexpected blessings, unexpected things that you can hold true and shed light on as a part of a process. That giving and receiving are important. But So I invited a group of sisters that are here local to me. We had an Exodus Summit meetup of our local sisters, and my friend Christian, who's is out of the country with her child. She said, "I love that we're connecting." She was like, "But you seem really, really busy whenever we're talking. You're always in movement. You're always moving around. You're always doing something. Have you considered just being while we are connecting?" And it took me aback because I was just like, "Oh, I'm just making time." And she was like, "But this is how you can show up. This is how friends can show up in various ways. If it's a part of your day, it's a part of your day, but also make room for being and being settled, excuse me, um, and really giving your full attention." And I struggle with that. I struggled when she told me, and I struggle with that. But how awesome is it that someone could say and be honest and truthful that, um, hey, I show up and I invite you to show up in different ways in a new way. I see the value of that and really want to say thank you to her for bringing that to light for me. Hold on just a second. Okay. So, my friends is a skill that my friends are giving to me is an extended vocabulary. So, it's interesting that Tasha Journeys is on. Thank you, Tasha, for joining. And Tasha is big about boundaries and saying exactly how she needs you to engage her. So she'll say, "Hey, I love it when y'all DM me, but look, if you want to hear from me, let me tell you how to contact me." And she was just like, this messaging method is how you can suggest questions for me to answer, to get feedback from me, but also you can book time with me. And that is how you can show up. And sometimes you need to be witness to people that are showing good boundaries and good behaviors that you want to model. But also, look, she this sister showed up. I was just like, look, this is my idea. And she was just like, I can let me work with you to massage this topic so that it matches what is within my core skill set and also gives you what you want for your audience. I'm so thankful that someone that is showing and giving me a vocabulary for boundaries that doesn't mean I'm keeping people away or that I'm creating distance, but it also says, look, I can show up for you best in these ways. I'm so I'm so down. I'm so down with that. Rashida Dow introduced opulence as a word. Opulence in how you show up. She and Stephanie Perry have been on a yacht cruise, a transatlantic cruise, and baby, opulence and luxury are a part of my vocabulary because these are Black women that are showing, not just saying, but showing. Look, yes, whether it's I've earned it, I deserve it, baby, it is mine for the taking, not because I need to be celebrating a special occasion, but because I'm me. And I don't need I am special and I can give good things to myself. So yes, opulence is in my vocabulary because of these Black women. Diamond Crystal has introduced jacuzzi life into my vocabulary. I have had her on a couple of times where she's talked about house sitting and the Sisters Who Sit community that she has embraced on Facebook. And when she says jacuzzi life, it's more than just going to a house sit that has a jacuzzi. She's talking about bringing all and centering all the good things around you when you displace the responsibilities and the weight of doing things in a way that doesn't give birth to rest and creativity. She's saying, baby, get your jacuzzi life because it's available. It is within your reach. Oh man, y'all gonna make me start. Yvette Boone, let me tell you, these green plants are in my life because greenery and how refreshing being a plant parent and a plant life. If y'all have not gotten on her channel to see like the goodness that she's bringing around that, I'm telling you, get in there because I need to be living and to see green things living and nurturing and understanding the balance of, if I water this plant every day, the roots are going to rot. So I need a balance of dry and wet and sun and just there's a time for growing and a time for and a time for hibernation. Like she's sharing that on her channel. Dr. Linda is saying, baby, if you need some ideas, if you need 3 ways to make money, that's what I am binge watching on her channel right now. You need people that are saying, this is too much like work in your life. You need somebody that introduces that concept into your vocabulary. So thank you, Sabangale, for doing that for me. She was like, look, this YouTube channel, I need it to work for me because anything that starts to look like work, I just retired. She was, we don't retire, we ascend. She said, baby, that just when it looks too much like work, I'm gonna let that go. Or I'm gonna let it go until I can find a way to give to a process that I know is beneficial, but also giving life and space to the life that I'm creating. as I ascend in my retirement. Sandra introduced Don't Become Your Own Toxic Boss. If you don't have somebody that introduces that concept into your life, when you are becoming an entrepreneur, as you are centering, I am the person generating the wealth in my life. I'm not looking for an employer. She said, baby, don't then turn around and become your own toxic boss. You know, I just, I just, it, I didn't know I needed somebody to push into my life and help me to see that yes, I'm looking for uh, what do I want to center so that I can have the life that I want. You need somebody that says that. You need people like Dr. Kimani Norrington Sands, who is out here telling folk toxic jobs are not just impacting your health, not just impacting your job security, because as we know, these jobs ain't loyal and they are retaliating against you in these toxic workplaces. But you can get control of your finances. You can see that this toxic job isn't just impacting you and how you show up every day, but the people around you who you have influence over are also feel feeling that negative energy, and we have a responsibility to ourselves and those who we have influence over and influence with to release that toxic job. Her whole toxic job summit is all about that. And so when I'm saying friendship skills and I'm saying get some folk that are introducing new concepts, new vocabulary, to be able to say, oh, those are traits of a toxic job. These are traits of a toxic boss, and see how your what's in your life is lining up like that. I'm telling you, you need it. You need it. I've needed it. Maybe I say it that way is I needed it. And I'm so glad to be able to have a community where folks show up like this for me and then show that out in community. Hey, Maya, good to see you, darling. Um, you know, um, Adventure is not just for the young. I mean, I'm going to go back to Tasha Journeys. I'm going to go back to Ozzy. I've had Ozzy on my channel. Um, several times. These are younger people in my circle. These are folks in their, 20s and 30s that are saying, look, yeah, we out here, we living a whole life, but it's not, you're not bound by age. You're not bound by, even a budget. That ain't always a beautiful term to be using when you're talking about I want to travel and I want to travel in luxury, but you can do a lot. Black women have done what do we say? Black women have always been able to do more with less, and I'm so grateful to see that mirrored out in my friend group with people who are of varying ages, people that are 60, 70 plus, who are saying, look, I'm out here doing it. And if you think um, that I'm waiting on somebody to tell me, that I'm too old to do something, you got the wrong one. You have the wrong one. And I also want to mention a sister friend who literally texts me several times a week. And I want to say thank you, Arnell. Arnell is retired. She was living her best life in Mexico. I mean, she was the one that taught me, sis, you want your massage therapist to come to your house. You want folk to cook for you. You want folks to, you can have that in an affordable way. You can center your rest, your peace And she gives that kind of inspiration by showing how she shows up for herself and how she encourages me. In my little inbox, how she jumps on my channel and shouts out, "Hey, I'm watching you, sis." I If you don't have that in your life, find opportunities. Find a way to come, to be and become. So I'm learning, yes, to be vulnerable. I'm learning to identify, yes, I'm anxious when I'm in new places, meeting new people, but every time I don't hold back, I am given a beautiful, beautiful gift of sisterhood. So if you want to jump on to Instagram later today, I'm posting all of my meetup pictures where I have met up with sisters in Houston, in Florida, in DC, and more places to come. But centering the centering the friendship skills, I guess my body is telling me say goodbye. So I want to say thank you to all of you that have joined me live today. I hope that you are willing to take a chance to enter friendship spaces where you can look to make uh, high level connections with people and identify a few that you want to bring close, and will benefit from deepening a mental, emotional, social um, connection with as you are moving in the different ways that your life is opening up, whether you're 50 plus, like me, or at whatever age or stage you're in. Thank you for allowing me to have this conversation with you today. Don't forget, like this video, subscribe, share it with someone that you think could use some thoughts. If you have some strategies that you're using on your friendship journey of widening your circle of friends, diversifying um, the group of people who are influencing your life that you're able to provide encouragement to or receive encouragement from, put it in the chat. We're so grateful to hear it and learn from you as well, especially those who are joining us on the replay. Thanks, everybody, for letting me cough my way and sneeze my way through today. Have a good one. Bye for now.